What is up, my loves? It's your girl Diamond. I am back with my all-new review of Love and Hip Hop Miami. So we got Flo. Flo is inside her boutique. She's stocking clothes. She's in her feelings about feeling so embarrassed about what happened at the studio where Marlon popped up and almost fought Alan. Now she's even more pissed off because she went on social media to find out that Amada and Shay are back cool again. So she invited Shay to come to her boutique to check her. So when Shay walks in, she sees that her weight loss products have been removed off the shelf. So she was like, "Where my stuff at?" "Oh, I removed them." "Why would you do that?" "Because you got back cool with Amada. After everything she's done to me, after everything I told you what she has been doing to me, why would you get back cool with her?" Two things for me. Flo, you are in no position to remove somebody else's product off the shelf because you feel some type of way. And Shay, if she's paying them to do that, take your products outside her store and find another store. Find another store you can sign a commission sale, because I feel like Flo is not getting traction like she says she is for her store. And don't let this stop your bag, okay? And as far as everything she did to you, Flo, you full of shit. You've lied about everything she's done to you. And even telling Shay about what could be going on between her and Marlon, and make her feel even more worse by telling her, "I took you to see the Mambo to get your man back, and I allowed you to stock your products in my store." Bitch, did she ask you? Did she beg you to stock her products in your store? Because Shay was already making money before she stocked her products in your store. But anyway, as far as what she think is going on between Amada and Alan, Shay told her it's not what you think it is. Amada has actually been giving Marlon advice on how to get back together with you. Now Flo don't want to hear all that. She don't believe it. And now she's getting her revenge by telling Shay, "I've been getting close with Alan." She was like, "Alan? The same Alan that was caught flirting with your sister? The same Alan that was engaged to Amada and has had twins with? That Alan?" "Yeah, that Alan." "Girl, ain't no good gonna come out of this. This man is not a come up. This man's like a recycle bin. Keep on reusing and reusing. He's trash. You look like a fool, Flo." And with hearing this information, she also tells Flo about her upcoming event. She's having a high tea party in honor of her relaunching a new detox tea. Amada will be there, and I know I'm inviting you. So maybe or maybe not, you guys can have a conversation. Flo don't want to have that conversation, but she just wants Shay to be aware of the fact that I'm not cool with her. But I'm not gonna be there to fuck up your event. Sure. Now Shay wants to create a close-knit group of girlfriends, because now that she's officially single, she wants to now be around more ladies. I think it's just for the time being until you're back together with Fabian. Because I feel like, Shay, sometimes you don't represent yourself to be a girl's girl at times, but we'll see. And in honor of it being a women empowerment event, she wanted a female artist to perform. So she wanted Ching Diamond to perform. We're going to see how that works out. And speaking of Ching Diamond, we're going to move on to her headed to the studio to work with Derek Milano. Her label hit her up to work with him so they can make a hit record. She is excited about this opportunity. She appreciates all of the energy that Miami has offered her, and she's embracing who she is. She's linked up with Zoe. They made some content. It got over 1 million views. But of course, the comment section targets their weight, targets how they look. But of course, she never takes it as pain. She puts it as motivation to embrace the fact that while I am a plus size woman, I'm a successful plus size woman, I'm a talented plus size woman, and I want other women who believe that they are not beautiful because they are plus size. You are beautiful. You are talented. Like, I really hate the fact that we're still in that mindset that a lot of people can just tell another person, "You're ugly, you're fat, you're horrible," but don't really know them. I really do hate that. And I hate the fact that we need to see more body positivity role models. If they're comfortable for who they are, don't make them feel bad about that. That's what I hate. And I feel like, as far as having a heavy set artist, we're not going to act like we don't have them. We got Lizzo. We had heavy set rappers. Like, we're not about to do that. Okay. Like, let's grow up, people, please. So while she's in the booth, she's feeling the energy that a song that Derek was working on. She gets a phone call from her boyfriend. It's bad news. As it turns out, there was a random search to his cell and they found a shank. So he now has to serve 30 more days. So he's not getting out sooner than he thought. And Ching is already annoyed because that's not what she expected to hear. She expected to hear, "Oh, I'm about to be home in a couple of days. I know when I'm getting out." And she's like, "I'm not waiting anymore. I've already waited a year. I don't want to wait anymore. I told you I'm not going to hold you down this time. I don't want to deal with that again." So he feels some type of way about how she's not trying to fulfill the same sentence. and be there for him and hold him down. But like she said, I've already done my year. I want you to finish your year so you can come home. So he's like, you gonna leave me? She's like, I don't know what you think you hear, but that's not what I'm saying. But if you want to take it, that's how you want to take it. But I gotta finish this booth. I gotta finish this session. I'll talk to you later. So just listening to him tell her that she has to wait 30 more days for him to come home. Yeah, she's pissed. I can tell she's pissed. She's waiting all this time. But Ching, are you really going to break up with him? I feel like you're going to wait the 30 days. And if you have not seen any episodes of Love After Lockup, Life After Lockup, this is exactly how the scenario turns out. And what do these people who have gone in relationships with people in prison? They wait. They do not change their plans. They wait. But this man has not even been out yet, and he's already giving you trouble. He's already not holding himself accountable and also fulfilling what he was supposed to do. Continue his year because he got in trouble, come out and be a better person. He's still making mistakes while still being in prison. What do you expect for this man to do when he's out of prison? You're going to do everything you can to support him, and you're going to leave what you were supposed to do behind. The purpose of you being out here is for you to finish your album, create a life for you and your daughter. That's why you ask your mom to watch her. Don't let your priorities get all mixed up because you want to be there for this man, Ching. I said it before. I do not want you to miss out on this opportunity for this man. He already expecting for you to wait for him when you shouldn't even be waiting for him. You should be doing things for you. Focus on you, not him. Please, Ching, please. So we're gonna move on. So now we got Eliza. We have not seen Eliza in a minute since that disaster push party she tried to give to her daughter. She's now having a photo shoot for her new castor oil line, Foreign Chevaux. And it's interesting that that is another brand name for a product when we just saw a Estelitas event for her Foreign lash line. Amada comes in and she's hearing the name Foreign. She's like, why am I hearing this name? This name sounds so familiar. Eliza claims that she told Estelita about her castor oil line and the name, and now claims that Estelita stole her name. Amada is like, this is given high school. Why are we worried about a name? And if the name is supposed to be for different purposes, for different products, I don't think she stole it. Unless you have proper paperwork, proper proof that you copywritten this name has been trademarked, nobody can use it. Otherwise, it's just a name. So she's in her feelings and how she said, I can't deal with fake people. But Amada defended Estelita about how she was the realest one there when it came down to my fight with Princess. Because Eliza noticed about Amada's finger being wrapped up in a bandage. Because Amada told her, I thought I was being a good friend by telling Princess about what happened between me and Ray J. But she was mad that I never told her about the meeting in the first place and also telling her what happened. So when she came down to approach to confront me, she slapped me clear across the face. Estelita came in, defended me, and got a few punches off. And it's like, wow, really? Wow, really? Now, Eliza's been dealing with a lot. So, along with not being cool with Estelita right now, she even fired her assistant Van. And why would you fire him? She didn't even want to answer any questions as to why she fired Van. In the confessional, she said, we just no longer cool. That's it. That's all. No, let's explain. That makes no sense. So now she just goes on and on about how she's trying to focus on her business, focus on her brand. And I'm not hearing you say, build a better relationship with my daughter and be a better grandmother to my granddaughter. Is your granddaughter still in the NICU or is she out? Have you seen her? Because that's what I'm not hearing, Eliza. So now she's talking about speaking at Angela's upcoming event. It's supposed to be a open conversation about talking to current dancers or former dancers about what life could be like outside of stripping, because Eliza used to dance with Angela way back when she was a stripper, and just giving them a confirmation and the knowledge that you can make it out of the strip club. You can become more than a stripper. There's life outside of the strip club. And then she talks about finding out on social media about Amada being back cool with Shay. We know that Eliza has had her issues with Shay, and she just cannot believe you would jump back being in a place with somebody like Shay. Amada said, listen, I'm not saying we're going to jump back to being friends, but we are jumping back to being cordial that can be built to form a better relationship. That's why. And I got invited to her tea party. I can't say I'm not going to go. I got to show my support. And we all know her little friend Flo is going to be there. Eliza is going to reveal some information about Flo So Flo likes to act like she is this big boss bitch. She owns a lot of businesses. She has a $2 million home. As it turns out, her businesses are flopping. They're not as good as she claims they are. I mean, come on, we just saw last season that she was behind on rent from her girlfriend who was paying her rent. So now her boutique ain't doing well, and now she got the skincare that's apparently is a lightening skin product for darker complected women. I mean, the title of her skin cream is called Flow Light, Glow Light, something like that. So, of course, I might have felt some type of way about this. How are you trying to advocate for proper skincare when your skincare is purposefully lighting women's skin tone and your target audience is dark skinned women? So if Shay want to be with someone or be friends with someone who's very tone deaf, that's her friend, not mine. Because I don't want to be friends with someone who obviously don't want to represent herself to be a woman of color and doesn't care about helping other women be proud of their skin tone. If you want to purposely sell bleaching creams, yeah, we're gonna get into that later. So now we got Zoe. Zoe is at the gym with Ching. It's been a roller coaster with her and Kelvin. He's still managing her. It's causing more problems. It's causing her to have serious doubt. So she suggests that they go to premarital counseling. And as far as hearing that, Ching tells her about her issues with her dude. When she was in the studio with Derek, she got a phone call from her boyfriend. They found a shank in his room. Apparently, he has to deal with 30 more days. She's annoyed with it. She's tired of it. That's not what it was for. And she got invited to Shay's event, her high tea for her new brand. Zoe is still in her feelings about what occurred between her and Shay when it came out to her sister. And Zoe tells Ching about how Shay was fat shaming Zoe. And she was because she felt embarrassed. And like when Shay gets embarrassed, she likes to embarrass other people. So she targeted Zoe where she thought she could only target Zoe. But Zoe ain't feeling that, okay? Our money, but you still targeting our people. What's up? Why are you coming after our people? Why are you coming after our sides? But you want our money. Make that make sense. Now Ching is in her feelings because while I'm going to go and get my bag, I'm not liking that Shay is talking shit about Zoe or body shaming her. I don't like that. So Zoe's not mad about Ching getting invited to do this gig, but she is telling Ching to be careful because she's a lot and she's correct. So now we get Estelita. Estelita meets up with Van to talk about what went down at her launch party. She said, I did not mean to put my hands on Princess, but after all of that, I had to because you can't come to my party and cause a ruckus. At the same time, though, Eliza, oh shoot, what's her name? Estelita, you did invite that energy already. So noticing that Van is Eliza's assistant, why didn't Eliza come to my party? Van let it all out. He said, first of all, she's not your friend like that. Second of all, she believes you stole her business name. Like, what are you talking about? Like, for her castor oil, the foreign name. Okay, she told me about the foreign name, and I was telling her about my event. Since we have the same name, I thought it would have been a good idea to have a partnership, us reveal our products together. But apparently, she's saying I stole it. So Estelita said that her lash line had been in development for 2 years. So you thinking that I stole it from you when I was trying to help you? Okay, so Van continues to throw shade. He talks about how Eliza can be shady. She likes to be a bit messy. And when he also tells her that they're no longer friends because apparently she had a big booking that she wanted, couldn't get it because she made it seem as if Future, her baby daddy, went through a whole lot of lengths for her to not get this booking. She got a baby daddy who hates her. That's what she said. So along with not getting the booking, she blamed Van for it. And that was pretty much the end of their relationship and the end of them working together or him working for her. It's been a buildup at that point. So everything has not been going well in their relationship. This was just a tipping point. So he says, if you want to talk about losing a booking, let's talk about how she uses her daughter as a storyline. Oh, we're breaking the fourth wall in this scene right now. Yeah, she's a TV grandma because he reveals text messages of him asking her, has she checked on her granddaughter? That was one that was born 3 months earlier in the NICU. She replied, oh no, she can't come. It'll be pointless because they're not trying to film me. And I'm like, wait a minute, what you mean they're not trying to film you? That wasn't the question. The question was, have you seen your granddaughter? I'm not concerned about whether or not the show wants to film you seeing her. So You didn't care about seeing your granddaughter just out of courtesy, just out of that's your granddaughter, you should want to see her. It didn't make sense. It didn't make you look good if there wasn't a camera crew there. Oh shit. Oh, Eliza, absolutely not. So this is what has already been occurring already. Her daughter was right. You are trying to use your daughter as a storyline. You're not trying to create a better relationship with your daughter. You want the cameras to see you trying, not you actually trying. You're not trying to be a good grandmother. You want the cameras to catch you being a good grandmother, but not for real. Yeah, that's low down, Eliza. No wonder why you're trying to capitalize on how it makes you look good by giving your daughter this push party when you really didn't want to. It's all about how much money you can spend on how it make you look good because you don't want to admit you weren't there for your daughter like you needed to be. And you don't like being reminded that you weren't there. But you expect for it to be removed and taken away because you're doing all this big commotion, this big grand. Like, Eliza, go. Go, 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 go. So now we talk about how Eliza like to set up scenes for her to look good. That whole time when she pulled up with Estelita to Gael and Flo for Amada, no, that was just for her. She wasn't doing that for Amada because she wanted Van to come up and pull up, but he wasn't doing that. So Eliza, you trying to convince other people to go along with a scene because you want to have a moment? So this whole ride or die energy is just you trying to make yourself look good for the cameras. This is all about you carrying a storyline because what exactly is your storyline? Since you like to jump in on everybody else's situations, since you can't use your own situation because it wouldn't look good, you want to jump in on somebody else. That's why you want to jump in. Got it. So hearing all of this, Estelina said, I'm ready to have this conversation now because I'm feeling all kind of ways. And Van revealed, I know where she is tonight. He even also said, Eliza is really not your friend because behind your back, she calls you empanadas. I said, oh, not empanadas. First it was enchiladas and now it's empanadas. Ooh, girl. Yeah, Eliza, we ain't friends with no fucking body. You only pop up when it makes you look good. You only pop up when you want to be involved in things. Get the fuck out of here. Moving on. So now we got Amada. She's meeting Marlon at this parking lot structure, being all mysterious. And he's telling her about the fight he almost had with Alan because he found out that Alan is messing around with Flo. She was like, what? First of all, I didn't even know that he was still here. He hasn't come and see his girls. He ain't texted me or anything like that. So all he did was beat up with her. So now it's making it even more of a confirmation. This is the reason why she's even more coming at me. This is the reason why she is doing all of this because of us developing our relationship. But it's not even a relationship. It's platonic. I'm trying to help you get back cool with your wife. But in the day, if a girl's willing to spread it, man's gonna hit it. And at this point, everything that she's been doing, it's no point in you trying to figure it out with her. It's a lost cause, Poppy. Go ahead, give her the divorce. Now, we all know Marlon has not been acting like a husband since he's been on this show. That is a fact. He has hurt Flo in more ways than one. But Flo doing the exact same thing, y'all both don't need to be together. But of course, this is what Flo and Marlon like to do. They like to act as if they're going to do something and then they don't do something. It's the same song and dance, and I ain't got time for it. But at the end of the day, Flo is not a victim. She's willing to go down in the gutter just like everybody else. All right. So Amada looks at Flo like a fool because what she thought she got is not what she got. And hanging out with my baby daddy, inviting him to the studio. Okay, you want to say that's revenge? Oh, trust believe. I could have played that game too, but I can play it well. Y'all can't play the game that I can play. So with them knowing what's happening, he can understand how she feels, but he wants her to put her baby daddy in place because I will fuck him up. Sure, that can work, but at the end of the day, it ain't gonna be worth it. And Amada is like, why y'all so concerned about my leftovers? Why are y'all thirsty for my leftovers? It's sad, and it really is. So we're gonna move on from there. We got Zoe meeting up with her pastor, and it was a lot of back and forth of her going through a lot, her own trauma of being homeless and everything. So it caused her to have not so much trust in men. Kelvin came in and gave what she was looking for, but at the same time, she was not completely healed. She was not fully working on herself when she got with Kelvin. So the fact that you're controlling her or you're doing the most with trying to do everything and tell her how to do everything, it's just giving back those thoughts. It's just not working. So in order for them to get back how they used to be, they need to take some time apart. And let's hope that once y'all take this time apart, y'all can work on working your way back with one another. I think that's a good idea, but Kelvin needs to stop being Zoe's manager. That's the problem. Since she's probably feeling all of those traumas and triggers all over again, she might need to tell him, it's because of the way you're acting. I feel like I am being smothered. I feel like I don't have a voice and this is not working well. That's how I think. That's how I feel. Moving on from there, we got Angela. She's having her event to meet up with retired dancers and current dancers to let them know you can make it out of the strip club. You can make something out of yourself. She started dancing when she was 18. She did it for 6 years, and she left. And she left when she was 21 when she moved out to LA. And of course, being around that type of lifestyle, she indulged in drinking and she was hurting everybody around her. At that point, she realized if she going through that route, she was going to die. Getting arrested, all of the blogs talking about public intoxication and everything. That was her putting out that energy for her to be outed like that. That was her putting havoc and creating more havoc. So with sharing her story, she realized that I can become a better person. I can allow for my business to reflect on how good I am as a person and not the way I act and not the way that I respond. It was Eliza. Eliza ends up telling her story. She wrote a speech. She's very thankful that she got out of the nightlife. She's found solace in her real estate career, being an entrepreneur. Stage name Black Satin. And she didn't want to get caught up in the nightlife. She didn't want to be caught up in the drugs and the drama. So when she got out, she got out. And she made something of herself. Excuse me. So giving inspiration to other women that you don't have to stay there. And we know Tip, we've known from the beginning that she was tired of being in a strip club. She was tired of shaking her ass for money. We know, I think now she's elevated from the nightlife. She now has more business deals going. And of course, the glamorization of what the strippers have and what it looks like, we need to not make it be something that is an accomplishment or as far as something that should be excited to be. While you can make a lot of money, but don't let it be your career. You can let it work for you for a while. If you have a goal in mind, follow that goal. And once that goal is met, you can leave. But there are a lot of people who do stay stuck in being a stripper because it's fast money. It's easy money. You know, can you make this amount of money working a 9 to 5? Probably not. But unless you have a plan to make sure you can keep this kind of money going, you don't have to be at the nightclub all the time. You don't have to take your clothes off for $1. You don't have to. So once Angela did her story and her scene, she was out. Okay. She is not staying no longer than she needs to. So once she said, good night, ladies, Angela is steering away from not being involved in any drama. That's all she's doing is being there for the cameras, being there for her scene, and is dipping. So now Eliza and Tip are having their conversation because Tip was holding Eliza accountable for thinking that you can erase all the pain that your daughter went through by giving her a party, giving her a car when you haven't shown up for her or your granddaughter. She did not want that to be their last conversation. She wanted to apologize. She can see that all I want is the best for you, and I want you to have the best for yourself. Eliza apologized for telling Tip, fuck you and everything. And then we see Estelita comes in her little two-piece spandex set and telling Eliza about how I'm hurt and angry of the things you said about me. Now, Eliza acted like she just didn't want to have this conversation. She's above all, but I felt like she was deflecting and running away because of what this scene represented. But I feel like, Eliza, you need to hold yourself accountable for the things you said. So, with explaining that you believe I stole your company name, why can't you tell me how that made you feel? Thinking that ignoring her is supposed to make her look like she's the bigger person and all I want to do is focus on myself and my brand. It's like, no, because you don't want to have a conversation where you have to admit that you were wrong. That's why. So then Estelita told her, well, what is this about you being a TV grandma? About how you want to look good for the cameras while being there for your daughter, but not for real, for real. How about you haven't seen your daughter in the NICU and it didn't make sense for you to see your daughter in the NICU just on general purposes? It was because the cameras didn't want to film you. What type of shit is that? The more and more Estelita was calling out Eliza's flaws, Eliza's part, and all this bullshit, Eliza just kept on ignoring her. And I'm like, how are you not standing up for what's been said? Is it a lie or is it not a lie? Even in the confessional, she didn't even want to talk about it. Girl, what is this? So you think you're just above it all, that you can't handle a conversation? You ain't got no time for it? But it wasn't so long ago that you wanted Estelita to pop up on some stupid shit to fight Flo and Gael. Now that's something that's about you? You don't want to have a conversation? Okay, sure. Like, what's up? What's up? Like, and Van lying to me? Am I getting played? What's going on? So, like she said, I'm a real bitch, but I'm gonna tell you how I feel. So, thinking that she's ignoring her and thinking that I moved on from this club life, I don't have time for this. This ain't. I'm not in this mentality no more. Bullshit, Eliza. All bullshit. You still be a part of this mentality, no matter how you try to elevate or build yourself up to not be a part of it. Bitch, get the fuck off the show then. If you all about your business, you all about your brand, then get off the show. How about that? Anyway, I'ma move on. Like Shay pissed, what's her name? Eliza pissed me off. Okay, pissed me off entirely. So now we get into Shay. It is her high tea in honor of her new flavor, her new tea bag flavor. She got Sheen Diamond to perform. She was already aware of who she was, but she was super excited to find out that she was in Miami. She did invite Amada and Flo. Hopefully they can have a conversation. When I see Sheen Diamond walk up with the flavor of love clock, I die. I'm like, yo, not the flavor of love clock. Because that's how she knew Shay. She knew Shay from when she was way back when on Flavor of Love. Bucky, OG Bucky Johnson, right? Now, she's here to do a job. She's here to get her bag. But she wants to understand why did Shay fat shame Zoe. Now, Ching, I understand that you want to have a conversation, but do not get involved in this situation. Focus on what you're there for, to perform, to get your name out there, not get involved in other people's business. I know you're developing some type of relationship with Zoe, and I feel you. Just don't allow yourself to be left out looking dumb. So Amada knows she's there to support Shay, but she's not there to cause any problems, and she's not there to talk to Flo. If Flo got something to say, Amada would be right there. Now Flo got an attitude where she's mad about Amada and Shay being cool, but Flo just couldn't handle herself. Like she was just looking for an opportunity to say something to Amada. And Amada was pretty much giving lady, giving high tea, giving etiquette, not giving her any energy. And how she's giving Shay support about how she's come a long way. She's been very, very successful. And she even talks about seeing Sheen Diamond and she follows her on social media. She loves her. She's so cool. I love her media. So Shay is pushing for Amada and Flo to have a conversation. And she's like, oh no, darling. We don't need to have this conversation. I'm here for you. This is a very positive event. We don't need to talk about anything else about how great your teas are and how we're here to support you. But for Shay to push, it's like, Shay, did you not want your event to be good? Did you want them to have a conversation to make it more of a problem? I need to understand that. Because if Amada is not trying to have a conversation because she's here to support you, then you need to be accountable for how you push this conversation. And as far as we don't need to throw any drinks, she's, oh no, darling, I do not throw drinks. Okay, I know how to use my words. All right. So she was able to convince Flo and Amada to sit at the table and have the conversation about what led to this. What is the issue? Flo says it started at her lipstick launch. She ordered Amada's lipstick, never got the order. Did you tell Amada you never got the order? Because I felt like that whole problem landed with you, Gael, and Trina. But moving on from there. Then she talks about how at her opening night for her boutique, Amada disrespected her. And I'm like, how did she disrespect you? Because discovering you were 3 months behind on rent, Amada decided to be a friend and say, girl, if you need a loan, I got you. If you're embarrassed, I understand. You didn't like that because you were embarrassed that you was about to lose your building. And Amada thought being a friend, I can say, girl, I got you. Since you couldn't handle that, you thought it was her purposefully trying to embarrass you. Okay, got that. So then you bring in cake to my husband. You bring in cake to my restaurant. And it's the games you've been playing. And she's like, girl, I could have been playing games all day. I could have. But what I was trying to do is convince him to make it work with you. Then the flow. She's like, I don't care about that. I don't care about that. I don't care about that. If you don't care, Flo, about why she's bringing cake to your restaurant, bringing cake to your husband and your mama, why are you putting so much emphasis as you bringing cake to my husband, you bringing this to my husband, you doing this to my husband. Bitch, what? This is the same thing you did the last time. If you don't care, why are you placing so much emphasis about how disrespectful it was for her to do it if you don't care? Bitch, fuck you. So, of course, she's like, listen, at the end of the day, Whatever you think it is, what you think it is, I do not want Marlon. I don't care. I've never wanted him. I don't care. But you wasted a good session on being a petty bitch, fucking my ex-fiance and my baby daddy bitch. How does it feel to have my leftovers? You did the same thing to Safari, and now you doing this as the father of my kids? Because apparently you're not trash. You're the trash can. Okay? It's so crazy to be concerned about your priorities and not everything else. Because apparently your salons and your boutiques are all flopping. It's like your fucking titties. Like Flo is living in the land of milk and cookies, believing that Amada wants her life. Girl, you want my life. I got a $2 million house. I got businesses. I got this. I got that. Bitch, you don't have shit. Okay, your whole life is a facade. Okay, and why would Amada want your life? She got a life. Amada got a great life. She making good money, real money that we can see. What are you doing? Girl, bye. And Amada said, girl, you are a mess. You need to stop selling bleaching cream to sell women, tell them to stop loving yourselves because you stop loving yourself. Amada was eating Flo in this scene, telling her ass all the way up, okay? As usual, can't handle it. Flo gets up, I think tries to throw a bouquet of flowers. And Shane's like, no, 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 no. While Amada is sitting pretty, all in white, like a lady, exposing the asshole, ignorant bitch that Flo is, okay? And she's all about, I'll beat the shit out of you. No wonder why your baby that called you a black ass bitch. That's exactly what you are. Oh, Amada says, say what? Repeat that again? Repeat that on camera? What am I? Repeat it, repeat it. Oh, you're going to go off on another man who has disrespected Amada and repeat exactly what he said to disrespect her? Oh, baby. Oh, Flo is gone. Flo's gone. So, like Amada said, how dare you think you can come to an event that's supposed to be all about empowering women, body positivity? We got women of all different shades and sizes. Like you want to think you're doing your big one by sending bleaching creams to women so they can look yellow and funky like you, bitch? Bitch, get the fuck out of here. I am beautiful. I am young, black, and melanin, Gore. I am gorgeous. I love what I am. I love the color that I am. Okay, I am what I am. Period. Flo did the ultimate thing that has killed her career and her job right at this moment by saying, you're mad because I'm light skinned. This is the reason why black bitches don't like light skinned girls. This is the reason why they hate on light skinned girls. Send Flo her walking papers. If she really thinks that Amada has been doing all of this in her mind because she's light skinned, girl, fuck you. Amada's energy towards you has nothing with you being light skinned. It's because you're a fucked up individual who probably believes you think you can get away with your bullshit because you're light skinned. Please, especially with you portraying as if you are lighter than you are, girl, you're probably not that fucking light. That particular shade that's lighter than your actual skin tone to actually hide your skin complexion. Get the fuck out of here with that shit, Flo. And that's where it ended, okay? And then with how she literally have revealed herself to be a colorist, ignorant, tone deaf ass bitch. Now there was a support group, a title of if you dealt with colorism, if you experience ignorance, if you experience trauma and colorism, there's a support hotline, there's a support group where you can know no matter what skin you're in, you belong. I said, this is a bunch of bullshit. Are you kidding me? Now that there's a support group, when had there ever been a support group? I did not know there was a support group for this. I really didn't. I'm sorry. I just cannot believe that happened. Flo, at the end of the day, give her your walking papers. You literally have exposed exactly what people say you are. And then you put out a little statement how that's not what you meant. You enjoy being a woman of color, all this and that and the third. You represent being a woman of color. It's all lies and bullshit. Give Flo the same exact treatment Erica Mena had, okay? Because she literally targeted Amada. She literally told her exactly what another man told her. That's how she believes it. You want to take another man's word? Wow. It's all cap and bullshit to me. And this is where I stand with Amada because this has been Amada's stand since she got on this show to show representation of women of color, to show representation of how being black and beautiful is gorgeous. But for me, Amada ate this one. And then I'm seeing people going in the comment section thinking that Amada was the one who brought up skin first. No, it was the bullshit that Flo said first that made her have a way. So now Amada hit her where it hurts. So for me though, Amada ate this one hands down. I stand with Amada. And this has been such a controversial conversation when it comes to colorism because a lot of people don't like to believe it's actually happened. We've seen it on Basketball Wives. We've seen it on Real Housewives of Potomac. We have seen colorism in play. We've seen it. Now this happens, we need to have a real conversation. But y'all, that's it. That's all I have. Please stay tuned for my next video, and I'm see you guys later. Bye.